Hey guys, welcome back to the Curly Reader. My name's Amanda, and today I want to share with you the books that I am contemplating reading during the Hey Readerathon. All right, so Chantel, sorry, from Intentional Living, An Intentional Life. That's it. Chantel at An Intentional Life is hosting a readathon based around this website that her husband created called Hey Reader, which is a TBR website. You can go to it and select from prompts that they have already put in. You can put in your own prompts and do a random selection and put it on your TBR for the month. He has created all of this and for her, and she has shared it with all of us and is doing a readathon surrounding it, involving it, whatever, during the month of October. So the readathon takes place from October 12th through the 18th. So it's for a week. There are 4 prompts plus a bonus prompt. And so I have a huge stack of books here that I am just going to choose from that week that fill those 4 prompts. So I don't want to set a super specific TBR because then I probably won't read any of those books. Case in point, Bookopoly from Bookoplathon from last month. I filled a lot of the prompts, did not read hardly any of the books. So it's easier for me to have a selection of books. So that's what we're going to do. So let's get into this. The first prompt that she has is to read a book with orange on the cover or the spine. So I actually have quite a number of different books that would fit this prompt. The first of which is Cartwheeling and Thunderstorms by Katherine Rundell. Has an orange spine. This is about a girl that is from Africa but then goes to live in England. Like she was living in the jungles of Africa and then goes to England to live, I think. Not real sure, but just bought that one at random during a library book sale at least a year ago. Another orange book I have is Today Will Be Different by Maria Semple. This is one I have not heard great things about, but the synopsis sounds really good, so I don't know. It's about this woman who basically feels like, today will be different. She's, she knows she's a mess, but today she will tackle the little things. She'll shower, she'll get dressed, she'll play with her son, things like that. And then, as it turns out, this is the day nothing's different at all. So, it sounds really fun, but I haven't heard the best things about it. Another orange book I have is A Mango-Shaped Space by Wendy Mass. This is one I recently picked up at the thrift store, and it is about a girl who has synesthesia. I don't think I said that right. But it basically means that sounds and numbers and words all have a color. And so it's about that. I thought that'd be good. And then the last one I have for this is Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. This is a classic. I don't really know what it's about, but it's orange. So that's on the list as well. Those are my orange books. Another one of the prompts is to read a book that has 3 words in the title. So the first one that I have on my list for this is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I would really like to read this in October because it feels like it would be a very atmospheric read for that. So I went ahead and put that one on my list. Let's see. Another one that I have for this prompt is Daughter of Molokai by Alan Brennert. This is the sequel to Molokai, or companion to Molokai, which I read last year and loved. And I really want to read this before I forget most of Molokai. So this one I really, really want to read. But Molokai is about a woman who is basically sent to a leper colony on Hawaii, from Hawaii, the state of Hawaii. The island was Molokai. And so she goes to live there for basically her whole life. And this is a companion to that. And then the last one I have on my list for this prompt is The Kitchen Boy, a novel of the last Tsar by Robert Alexander. And this is about Tsar Nicholas. And it's just really short. And I thought that would be good. Sounded interesting to me. So those are my options for a book with 3 words in the title. All right. Another prompt is to read a book that has a water word in the title. So anything relating to water. And so I have a couple actually here. I was kind of surprised I found as many as I did on my shelves. The first of which is Beyond the Bright Sea by Lauren Woke. This is one that I bought because I love the cover. I have no clue at all what it is about, but it has the word sea in the title, so we're throwing it on there. And this one is middle grade. I know that. This one is not. This one is adult. This is historical fiction. It's called A Bridge Across the Ocean by Susan Meisner. I read As Bright as Heaven by Susan Meisner earlier this year and loved it. This one is dual timeline. It is set in February 1946, right after World War II, and also present day. But yeah, that's all I really know. But it has the word ocean in the title. And then the last one I have is another middle grade novel. And this is Beau at Ballard Creek by Kirkpatrick Hill. And this one has illustrations in it. But this is about somebody who lives in Alaska. And that's really all I know. It has to do with an Eskimo village. But Creek is in the title. So that's my option for that. And then the last prompt is to read the first book in a series. This one is hard for me. This one actually came up during Bookoplathon, and I did not, actually, I guess I did fill that prompt, but didn't read the book I had on my TBR. But anyway, I have 3 books here, 2 middle grade and 1 adult, but I don't read a whole lot of series, and so this one is a little bit difficult, but I have a few here to try. So the first of which is The Number One Ladies Detective Agency by Alexander McCall Smith. This is one that I actually got because Chantel has talked about it before. And this is set in Africa. And it is just kind of, I think it's a mystery, I don't know, detective story. I don't really know anything else about it other than it's set in Africa and it's about detectives. And it's the first book in the series. So there's that. All right, another one that I put on my list is The Borrowers by Mary Norton. This is just a children's classic that I've never read, and this one has a bunch of different books that goes with it. Let's see, what are the other borrowers? Okay, so it's The Borrowers. There's also The Borrowers Afield, The Borrowers Afloat, and The Borrowers Aloft. So I figured this would count as the first book in the series, and it just sounds fun. And then the last one I actually would like to read because I want to know if I can use this as like a assigned reader for my 5th grader this year, and that is A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine L'Engle. This one is a little bit sci-fi, I think, and it is about I think it's about 3 kids whose father disappears and they like have to go try to find him, but it turns sci-fi. I don't really know, but anyway, it's the first book in a series, so figured we'd go with that. So those are my options for Hey Readerathon. There is a bonus prompt, which is to read one of Chantel's fall recommendations. And for this, if I am able to get around to it, I would like to read some fairy tales. So that was something that she had suggested, was reading either Hans Christian Andersen fairy tales or Grimm fairy tales, the original fairy tales or retellings. I would like to get a collection of the original fairy tales and read some of them because I think that that would be really fun. I also think that it would be interesting to maybe do that with my kids and read a couple of the fairy tales and then kind of compare and contrast them to the Disney movies or what we know from the fairy tales, kind of how they've changed over the years. So I thought that that might be a fun thing to do with them. So maybe we'll do that, but I don't know if that's going to be during that specific week in October. So we'll see. But these are kind of the books that I'm looking at. If you have read any of these, if you have opinions about which ones you think I should pick up, leave those comments down below in the description box. I would love to hear what you think. And yeah, other than that, I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that you are planning on participating in Hey Readerathon. Definitely go check out Chantel's announcement and check out the Hey Reader website for sure, because it's really cool. And yeah, I think that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that you stick around and subscribe. And until next time, see ya.